Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know, we have so many wonderful events that take place here in our area, but very few of those take place on the reservation. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more as we welcome in Penny to the show. Penny, thanks for being here. Penny Rhodes.
Hi.
Good to see you. Of course, HLB Athletic Booster Club, amongst other things.
Yes.
Sitting next to her, Craig Rhodes, the significant other. Again, volunteer with HLB Athletic Booster Club. Craig, thanks for being here and all the things that both of y'all do. We're glad you're here. So let's talk a little bit about the 6th annual, the Marketplace on the Reservation. It's 6 years already.
It's 3 years, actually. We do 2 per year.
Right. That's right. So it's the 6th one that we're doing. And you guys had a wonderful experience in the fall with the Marketplace, right?
We had 141 vendors turn out.
Wow. Remarkable.
So, yeah, that one was really good.
And
we found out what our limit was in that parking lot with that one.
Okay, yeah. We were pushing it, right?
Yeah, we were very much pushing it, and parking was a little rough because
when you take up your parking lot, right? When you take up your parking lot, you take up spots, and we had that many vendors. So, Jason, I appreciate that. You tried to put the flyer up. Want to let people know it's going to be taking place on March 22nd. Food, drinks, crafts, a whole lot more. It's at H.L. Bourgeois High School, number 1 Reservation Court in Gray, Louisiana, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it's free. And we've got a lot of vendor booth options, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about some of those that we know are coming.
I know we're going to have our macaron, excuse
right.
me. We have a lot of cups that are being made. We have candles.
Right.
A lot of soaps.
Yeah, it's amazing the various things.
Yeah.
You know? And we've got over 100 coming already now this year, too.
We have 115 so far
115. And it's still available. So we want to make sure that you guys, we're going to keep putting the flyer up. I don't want you to think we're trying to flash this at you, but it's got a QR code on it. And so you can just go to that QR code from your television and you can go and do a registration to be able to do that. You can also do online registration. You can go to that website there for forms. It'll show you. Or if you want to just send out an email, go to hlbboosterclub18@gmail.com. Get a lot more information there. This is for the Bourgeois Braves Athletic Booster Club. And of course, that money goes to all of the different athletic departments, right?
The athletics actually set up booths to do fundraisers for themselves.
Right.
At no charge, or vendor booth, or $25 for the regular vendors.
Okay.
Food vendors are $75.
So, and really,
we try to keep it low.
Right. That's very cheap. I mean, I've got family members and in-laws. You know, Mallory does one with picture booths, and then Miss Tina does one with some of the handmade crafts that she has. And so I can tell you that's really cheap. $25 for a vendor booth and $75 for a food booth.
The idea is to get them on campus, and since they're all local, we don't want to charge them more than they need to be charged, because that's for them. It's to help their economy too.
Yeah, exactly. So anything a little different this year than in the last, or since the fall? Anything changing?
Nope. The fall pretty much showed us what we needed and what we didn't need to do, and the only thing we're going to be doing is making sure parking isn't locking us in where we can't get emergency vehicles out.
Okay, yeah, that'll be awfully important because, you know, the crowd brings a wide variety of ages, right? We've got a lot of younger people and a lot of older people that come to this.
Yeah, and we had a lot of people take our handicaps parking because we didn't have enough staff, enough volunteers to actually have people directing the traffic.
So as Craig is so many different things, volunteer, voluntold, all of the things that he gets to do, we need volunteers, right? Are y'all still looking for more help?
Yes.
Yes, always.
That's We have a lot of vendors that show up, like I said, over 100.
Right.
So the parent volunteers from the school and from the community help out tremendously. If nothing more than directing traffic, answering people's questions, pointing them in the right directions.
Sure.
They can make or break an event.
And listen, quite frankly, there may be kids from different schools that need some service hours. That may be a great opportunity as well.
We do have Beta that comes out for their service hours.
Okay.
But a lot of them, they have activities that weekend.
Right.
So they can't necessarily make it all the time, but they try to.
But listen, I know some couples that even though their kids aren't still in school, they're still helping, right?
Yes, our daughter graduated 2 years ago.
2 years ago, here y'all are still doing things. So you know what? If there's some parents that aren't doing anything, and we're hoping that Saturday, March 22nd is going to be an enjoyable day. We expect it to be. It should be nice weather.
Hopefully.
And so we want people to be able to come out. You can do that. And if your child is still graduated, so what? Come out and help. The 6th Marketplace on the reservation, food, drinks, crafts, and a whole lot more. Saturday, March 22nd at HL Bourgeois High School, #1 Reservation Court in Gray. It's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Admission is free. Vendor booths are still available. Again, as mentioned, you got a 10x10 spot for a craft vendor, which is only $25, and food and drink vendors
Or $75.
is $75. And so that's just, so just trust us when you go to that QR code, you can get that information. And again, it's hosted by the Bourgeois
The truck
Braves.
vendors, I think, are $50.
Oh, it is 50. Okay.
Yeah, it is 50.
Okay, very good. Look at it. You just saved $25 right here today.
A lot of them get the truck vendor and extra half a booth.
gotcha.
So, 'cause
Okay.
their truck vendors are rather large, so they end up with a $75 spot.
They end up with
Your
50
regular
and
food
25.
booth is
Gotcha.
50.
So if you need the larger food booth, if you got a larger vehicle, that goes to 75. But if you just need the 15 by 15 tent space area,
That's
that's
50.
going to be the 50. I like. So there's 20, 50, and 75. That's nice and easy. Round numbers for those of us that can't do math.
And
right?
we did figure out last time with the truck vendors come driving in, it'll be first come going
Yeah.
in
And-
because we couldn't get some of them parked.
Right, be able to park that. We need to be able to get the trucks in, the vendors in. We need to be able to get people out and emergency vehicles out. And so that's the way we do. Again, want to make sure everybody knows March 22nd. And for more information, you can go back to that HLB Booster Club 18@gmail.com. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. We expect a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thanks for
you.
inviting us.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
All right. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment. But don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.